Alright, so today I'm working on several Super Nintendos. This board is a 1990 board. I've already worked on two different 1995 boards. And what I'm doing is today is I'm replacing these, the power supply ports, which, you know, these are common to break. Right here, these are a couple of the ones that I've already replaced today. And the one that I'm working on right now, like I said, this is a 1990 board. You can see that is broken from there as well. And the ports that I'm going to be using, or that I am using, are the old school SNES power port replacements. Really nice ports, to be honest. Let's see, put that to the side. And I'm actually doing this job, like I said, I have several here today, and I figured, you know what, why not show me do one of these on a video for anybody that's maybe never seen this done before or might be interested in trying to do it themselves. But there's the replacement port. The quality is pretty good. Of course, this is going to be an older one, so it's going to be a little bit dirtier. The font, it does stick out a little bit more on the OEM ones, but the color, it's pretty freaking close, man. Pretty daggone close. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that. And I'm just going to show you one of them. Because like I said, I've already done a few, and it's like, you know what, let's make a video on that. So let's do that. So first of all, I've already got my soldering station heated up, obviously, because like I said, I've already done several of these. Just going to get this fluxed up. And you need to take this one screw out right here. Put that to the side. And that's pretty much it. When it comes to that, that'll bolt into here. And then pretty much just gotta get this all desoldered. Let's clean the tip real quick. This right here is your desoldering braid. It is gonna get a little bit louder here. I need to turn my fan to distract the stuff away from here, but let's go ahead and get started on it. Should be able to hear me still. And you'll see how this just takes this right off of here. I tend to, and I didn't do it just now, but I will do it on the top one just to show you guys. I tend to normally add a little bit of new solder to these to make it a little bit flow a little bit faster, and I didn't do it to that bottom one, but go ahead and just add a little bit there. I usually do that so it does help it flow a little bit faster, a little easier onto the braid. See it absorb right up in there. It's already breaking loose. See it sucking it right on up. Goes through quite a bit. A lot of solder they put on these joints here. That one's relatively done. Go to this top one here, start sucking this one down. See it going right through that braid fairly fast. Clean that tip a little bit. And you can see how much it's already went through that braid pretty good. And it looks to be pretty, might be ready to go. You'll notice that it'll start breaking loose through here. Put this down just for a second, see how much we got going on here. Yeah, it's pretty much broken loose. Add a little bit of heat maybe. See how much more we got to go. Yeah, it's pretty much breaking through. Let's just do a little bit more on this bottom one here. Add just a little bit more solder on here. Try to get the rest of that off. It's just a little bit easier to pop off. Should be pretty close to breaking free though. Oh yeah, you see it moving now. Go ahead and put that down, clean that tip off real quick. I know I'll bring it in real close so you guys can see how it's nice and moving now. So what you want to do is you kind of want to be careful because I mean it's going to be going through these little parts right here. Well, it's pretty simple. Get this up a little bit more real quick. It seems like it will. There we go. There we go. Touch that up just a little bit more. It was stuck just a tiny bit, but alright, that's better. Start pulling that off. And just like that, pops off. The old one. Melts a little bit in here, man, but like I said, this is the old one. It's gonna be just tossed away anyways. And then you've got left here where it's gonna be gapped, and this is where you're gonna want to slide the new one in. Let's go ahead and take that. Here's the new one. Like I said, this quality is really good. It's from Old School. And I do the repairs for, I can't remember if I mentioned already, but it's one of the stores I do repairs for is Retro Rocket here in Wellston, Ohio, if you ever visited them. If you haven't, really awesome store. It's a small town retro gaming store, toy store as well. And so anyways, I do a bunch of his repairs, or all of his repairs, I should say. And so he had a bunch of these in for me to do. He doesn't like selling them with the broken ports. Even though you can still use them, but I mean it barely touches it and it wants to break, or you know, you lose signal or turns the power off, and you don't want that. So I usually will go in and get these done for them and fix them up real quick. Just clean that off real quick, that old dirty stuff. So anyways, go ahead and so what you'll do is you got this part right here, you'll want to slide over, slide in this way. Like I said, it needs to go in between these little slots here. These parts, these two do. But you want to slide them in ever so gently, like that. go. Let's see here. Of course, recording this now, that's one to give me an issue of popping in there, but yeah. Oh, there we go. Alright, that popped off. That's not a big deal. Just put that back on. Anyways, and then you'll want to see how I just did that, and then that'll pop over that. Now, that's there. And the two prongs, which I was having an issue with, because the one in the front here, it comes bent a certain way. But you got to bend that in so that way they can pop down. But now everything's nice and squared on there, nice and even. As you can see, those going through. That sits on top, that one goes through, and then that one goes through. And now you've got the new port on there. And now, just like when we desolder it, now we just gotta solder on the new one. So, go ahead and put down. I'm using flux here, so that way the solder flows nice and good. And this is a paste. I use this one a lot. I do have the liquid kind that I use on other jobs, but I do like the paste as well. Add just a little bit of solder on here to get it started. And then I'll come through and really flow it on there. Takes a bunch of solder on here. Get those joints back on. Just make sure everything's down good. Seems to be. Oh yeah. You see it's nice and flushed. All that's still on there nice and good. As you can see there, it's all nice and soldered, really good connection. And after that, I typically will go ahead and take this screw here, go ahead and line that back up. Turn this back off so that way now you guys can hear me a little bit better, but now everything's back on nice and good, nice and square. I'm gonna do this off camera real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this area up real good, and I'll semi put it back together so that way you guys can see that it does indeed work. I figured since I'm here, I already started it, but yeah, I usually just use the IPA with a Q-tip. You want to clean that area real good. It's not going to necessarily hurt if you don't get all that flux off of there, but I always do. That way it's not nasty. It doesn't leave a sticky job on there. And that's how it should look when you're nice and all cleaned up. But yeah, let me come right back and I'll have it somewhat back together and show you guys that the new port works really good. Alright, so I got a lot of it, most of it put back together. It's not completely all the way back together, but I did want to just show you guys with the new port on there. There's that. It is a pretty nice little snug fit, which is what you want anyways. Plug that in there. You see it's nice and tight, not moving at all. But yeah, for the true test, let's turn this thing on. Oh, where is it at? Oh, there we go. Turn it on. Bam. See that light? Yes, sir. And that's with the new port installed. And toss the old one, like I said. The old ones, you can get, I mean, you can use them still. They're not that great though. And just slight little wiggle, bam, you lose power, lose what you're doing in the game. So it is good to replace these things if you can and know how to. And like I said, those replacement ones, I'll show you guys again. Here's another new one because I still got another one to do. But yeah, these things are really, really good, really good quality, and I would definitely use these. They're really nice. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe. If you like the video, please give it a like. Yeah, for the next time around, you guys have a great one. Game on.